No, man, that's you, bro. You gave me confidence, bro. Yeah, you gave me confidence, bro. I see you.
There's the second longest streak in the history of the NBA. Miami chasing history, chasing a record that has held for over 4 decades. 27 in a row. Needs one man to beat. It's Heinrich, and he's going to take his second foul. And the crowd applauding the toughness of Kurt Heinrich.
Hey, Cap, you was always ready. You always ready, bro.
Well, I remember they had won how many in a row, right? And we tried to play like it was just another game, right? When you got out there, you could just tell it wasn't another game, right? Yeah.
Cap was the first vet to start telling me, hey, bro, you sitting out these games, give me a head up, my guy. I didn't know until Cap was the person to tell me, hey, bro, let me know if I'm playing tonight, bro.
Oh, man.
Dang, foul. Luol Deng, who has been magnificent tonight, will shoot 2 free throws.
Shout out to my boy Lou, man.
Heinrich to the basket, out to Gibson. Puts it in.
The crowd made me feel good after that. Oh, man.
You went from shooting those to threes. That's crazy.
It's crazy. I love that shot.
We were sitting out that game, Pooh.
We did. But I remember we celebrated like we played.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, we celebrated.
We going out. That was a big dub.
Salty.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. Oh, I like that. Really mad. You mad? I love that.
I mean, every time we played them, it felt like a playoff game. No matter if it was a regular season game, a preseason game, or whatever it was, we always wanted to make that atmosphere like tough and let them know that it won't be no like sweet games as far as competing. And we knew that what they had, what we was going up against, but everybody that was on our team, we always had like an underdog mentality. So with us coming together, we always felt like we could beat anybody in the league any given night.
It's been a while now, but I remember the energy in the building, right? You know, obviously we brought the energy, but the building was electric. It was a playoff atmosphere in the United Center.
Magnificent performance from a Chicago Bulls team playing without key players.
We're just out here trying to prove that we can compete, and you know, everybody looks at rivalries like, oh, you guys hate each other. No, it's kind of like a sign of respect. You know, like I was taught, you know, to respect somebody, you got to compete against them as hard as you can.
Man, memories, man. I remember the shoot around, just going in. Tibbs and the coaches saying that we're not gonna have Joe, Keem, and Derek. And I just remember like, oh man, like we could get beat up pretty bad tonight if we playing around. And I remember as soon as we started the game, Cap just brought that energy, and I fed off of Cap. And that's the one thing I loved about the memories are so vivid. Is like I just remember loving the opportunity to play with Cap that night. He bought it that night, and it just rubbed off on me. And that shot, when I made that shot, that crowd, you don't understand, I put my hand, but that crowd was they was behind us, but the way they made me feel, they made me feel like I go outside and I got 100 people holding me down. That's the way that crowd made me feel that night. And we just brought it. We bought it.
To me, you know, it was the ultimate game. It was the game that, you know, you were training for all summer, just waiting to play the Miami Heat. And, you know, I just know that it was like, it was a special moment because we won. You know, obviously there was a lot of battles, highs and lows. But those are the games that we don't forget. I think for us playing on the Chicago Bulls, it's also, we were all drafted here.
The Chicago
Bulls, you know, when you walk in and you play in the United Center for the first time, I'm looking at Cab because he's been here before and he's given me guidance. And so it's just like cool, you know, 15 years later, and now it's like we're talking about those memories. It's a beautiful thing.
You know what's crazy? Shout out, guys. Shout out. You know what's crazy is I watched this game. So I remember watching this game because I was very invested in the 27 game win streak by the Heat. You know, I was a big Hero fan. I'm a LeBron fan. But you know what's crazy? When I see these guys talking about this, and no shade to these guys, you know, I'm not a big fan of Joakim Noah, but you know, I love your story. I'm obviously a fan of D Rose, you know, Taj Gibson, very underrated guy, but he was a good piece for a lot of playoff teams. These are good dudes. I have no issue. I have no issue towards them. You know, what I will say is it's crazy that LeBron James is so great. They they will construct an entire nostalgic moment. Remember when we snapped LeBron's 27 game win streak? Like, dude, they came together, and like one of our greatest moments as this team was beating LeBron in a regular season game in the middle of the season. By the way, it's not like a Christmas game, right? No, middle of the season. This guy is on a 27 game winning streak, and we snapped that. That's one of our founding moments. And what's crazy about that team is, yes, they had the potential. They had a 62 game win season. Great. But they never got over LeBron. They never beat LeBron in the playoffs. Not once. They don't have a single win against LeBron in the playoffs. And every time they first take, we always be on some shit like, yo, D-Rose coming back. When D-Rose gets back, this is a championship team. Obviously all those things were narratives to try and bash LeBron or to try and like damper his greatness in that period of time. But yeah, there's a period where I think when D-Rose won MVP, LeBron's like, yo, I got the MVP. LeBron was on D-Rose's ass, bro. I'm talking about a small forward guarding the fastest point guard in the league, locking his ass down. That's how great LeBron is. And what's crazy is these four guys found LeBron in the league. They found him in the league, and they left before he left. That's the madness, bro. They found LeBron here, right? A lot of these guys were drafted 09, 07. I'm not sure about Joakim, but he's probably like there as well. Taj might be a bit older. I'm not sure about Taj. But they basically found LeBron here. They found LeBron in the league, and they left before he was done. So it's like, bro, like I get it. Shout out. You guys were amazing. You guys got to live your dream. But sometimes just to look at it from a different perspective, man, like, yo, LeBron's been LeBron for such a long time. He's been amazing for such a long time that I'm a grown man now. And I was a kid when LeBron entered the league. And my whole basketball world has been based around his world of the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Because he's been the best player. He was the face of the league for at least 20 years now. From like, I want to say from when he won his first MVP, he's been the face of the league. 08, 07, 08, he's been the face of the league. We might say Kobe, but no, I think Kobe lost that opportunity in 03 with that Colorado issue. And not to say he wasn't great, Kobe's amazing, but I think he lost the opportunity to be the face of the league because of that. You don't come back from that in a lot of people's eyes. Yeah, and obviously after Kobe, LeBron's just been spectacular for such a long time, man. Shout out to these guys. Yeah, obviously I have no love for the Bulls. I have zero love for Michael Jordan. It's not nothing he did. It's just his fans. I hate old, nostalgic 80s, 90s motherfucker that just can't get over an era that is over. Michael's been retired for 30 fucking years, bro. Let's appreciate what we have now. You know what I mean? Let's appreciate what we have now. But instead of doing that, nah, everything has to be compared to that era. Oh, this is amazing, but the 90s. Oh, this is great. The 90s. This player is great, brother. Fuck off. You know what I mean? That's why that's my angst against Michael Jordan, because he's the face of that era. But yeah, shout out, guys. Just put some comments downstairs. Put some comments in the section. Let's have a chat. Yeah, like, subscribe, guys. Peace.